Ariane Hartley Emerson, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And you are the director of the Delaware Choir School. Can you give us a thumbnail of the program?
Yes, absolutely. So the Choir School of Delaware is an after-school and summer program. So we call it an OST, or an out-of-school time program. So what we do is we provide services to children and their families outside of school. Now, choir is one piece of what we do, and we do that really well. We've actually got one of the best choirs in the country. We've been invited to sing on some of our nation's biggest stages. And in the last 3 years, we have been invited to sing on the American Choral Directors Association national and regional conferences, which is a huge honor because there are hundreds of choirs that apply, and they can only choose a few, usually about a dozen. So it is a huge honor to be invited and to represent Delaware and the Mid-Atlantic region in these opportunities. So yes, we do a lot of singing, we do piano lessons, we do voice lessons, but we also have a strong social services and academic support arm. So when our kids come to us, the first thing we do is we make sure that they have a meal. And this is a non-COVID time. Things are a little bit different right now. But when we're in person, they have a meal that's provided by the city of Wilmington, because we all know a kid at 3 o'clock is not a kid, they're really a monster. So you've got to feed the beast. So after we have a meal, then we go into study hall, and that is administered by, of course, our staff, but mostly by volunteers who come in every single day and help us with that study hall. So that includes homework helpers who come in and just kind of make sure our folks are on task, working, folks can ask some questions. Then we also have subject-specific tutors, think math, science, Spanish, etc., anything that you might need. And then we also have one-on-one mentors who will come and meet with the student one-on-one for an hour once a week at our facility. And then we also have group mentoring opportunities where someone might come in and play a game. And then all of that is supplemented by a robust program of social emotional learning. So we partner with folks to do that. Yeah. So it's a huge amount of offerings for the choristers and for their families, who we also provide a lot of additional social services support for.
But on top of this, let's not forget, a musical education is a classical education. And so what these children are getting from the experience of not only learning music and difficult music,
very difficult
working in a group, it's absolutely over the top wonderful. And Alex sent me a clip we're going to try to put in of some sound and some pictures here. But let's talk about the fact that in addition to all of this individual enrichment, you have a pretty ambitious performance program, and you have some great concerts coming up, including a collaboration with Delaware Shakespeare. What about your performance?
Well, let me tell you, we are excited about the season. I feel like so many people are mourning seasons that got cut short and all of that. And we're excited to launch what our season is titled, We Tell the Story, because it is great repertoire and great singing, as we always choose great and wonderful things, but it's also a reading intervention for our students. Having this over 35% of direct instructions inside the classroom for teachers, we were trying to find a way, how do we help kids, how do we first stop the bleeding, if you will, and make sure that kids are stabilized in learning pods, which we provide, and then how do we ensure that they are not going to fall behind in reading and mathematics. So we focused in with reading to say, here are some things that we're going to be reading this year, and we're going to find music that sets those texts. So the first one, we are working with the Wilmington Library and Delaware Shakespeare, and the concert next week is entitled Brush Up Your Shakespeare. So we've got things from Hamlet, things from Taming of the Shrew, we've got things from all of these wonderful plays, and we are also introducing our kids to the sonnets. So Delaware Shakespeare has been an excellent partner in this. coming in, helping kids to understand Shakespearean text. Yes, we have 7 and 8-year-olds who are breaking down Shakespearean text and who are laughing because they understand the humor in Shakespeare.
Listen, Ariane, I said to so many parents since this whole awful thing started with quarantine, there will be blessings in here, and there will be outcomes that children could not have gotten in a traditional classroom setting, that goes from A to B to C. Experiential learning. Do you feel your kids have gotten that kind of enrichment? And they are what, 7 and 8 to 17?
That's correct.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In every cloud, there is a silver lining. So this reading initiative wouldn't be happening to this extent. We've got some volunteers who have additional time on their hands and are able to give students even more time, and they understand the value and power of having an educational pod during this time period. We've had the ability to make music in different ways. And so we've had some time to really focus in on some very specific musical skills, some really intense listening skills, some really intense literacy skills that are demanded just through this virtual medium that we are currently in. And then, yes, we are able to rehearse Shakespeare and connect with these great actors. And not only that, this time is also a time when we are reawakening to inequities in our country. And so because of that, we're having a lot of conversations about what does it mean to be a person of color right now. And we're bringing in many artists who are talking about their experiences and empowering our students to go out there and to build these career pathways for themselves. And that even translates into Shakespeare, because all of the actors who are working with our students are actors of color. And so it's really the first time I've ever had an integrative, intensive art experience that's using Shakespeare and kind of this kind of high art music, where you're really seeing active engagement from all ages and from people that look all different shades. So I do think that's a benefit.
This is the power of the arts, and this really is what fuels all learning, participation in the arts, in my point of view. So how can we out here in the public world, sort of we're in the world, access some of these performances? I assume this will be online. Can you tell us how to get in?
Absolutely. So this concert is fully virtual. You can enjoy it from the comfort of your couch or your office or wherever you are, your smartphone or your iPad. It does not matter. You can access it anywhere in the world. Go to our website, which is choirschoolofdelaware.org. Again, that's choirschoolofdelaware.org.
We'll post it.
Homepage. Awesome. You'll be able to click to purchase a ticket. Now, this is not just any concert, let me remind everyone, because this is also a concert that is being presented in partnership with the Delaware Humanities, which is formerly the Delaware Humanities Forum. So we're having 2 scholars from the University of Delaware who are Shakespeare experts, who are going to talk about some things that are really important. One, we're going to talk about some of the social constructs that existed during Shakespeare's time and how they're so relevant to today. And then we're also going to be delving in one of the things that I think is really interesting is empathy in Shakespeare, right? And then the next, we're going to talk about the rhythmic quality of Shakespeare's writing and how that translates into our music. So not only are you going to see a great concert if you go to choirschoolofdelaware.org, we're going to see really a dynamic expert from 2 leading Shakespearean experts, plus you're going to have this concert where you're going to see the full choir singing, you're going to see solos, you're going to see recitations, you're going to see the opening scene of Macbeth, and so it's going to be great. Where are you going to present this, and when, and will it be then available to be accessed if people can't be there on the opening night? So October 24th is the date of the concert. It begins 6 o'clock is when the lecture begins, and we'll transition into the concert. Everyone is in their own homes as they've been creating this, so everyone is safe, not to worry. Everyone is, it has been a Herculean technical feat for sure. But if you would like to purchase a ticket and see the concert, but you just can't make it at that time because there's something else which is, already scheduled and already on the calendar. If you purchase a ticket, you will receive also the link after the live stream where you'll be able to see that performance at any time. And so you can absolutely do that as well.
Wow. Arian Hartley Emerson, the Choir School of Delaware. This is very exciting, and it lifts my spirits, and I know it will lift the spirits of our viewers to know that even during this, ongoing quarantine situation, the arts are alive and well, and you and your colleagues are lifting the souls of these children, and it's just fantastic.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for this opportunity. And we hope to see some folks at Brush Up Your Shakespeare and later in this season. It'll be one for the books.
All right, will do. And I will check back with you at some point.
For sure.
All
Take
right.
it easy.
Bye.